Good morning, guys. Welcome back. And today is a Whip and Chat day. I'm Jen Jen, and we are going to um, diamond paint and chat about what's been going on this past week, and uh, we're just gonna get into it. And so, pull out your kits, whatever you're working on, and listen to what's been going on in my little corner of the world. Well, there hasn't been really a whole lot going on. Um, just I haven't done any diamond painting hardly. I know, right? Um, I just I've been so focused on everything else around here, which okay, that's life in general. But I I did do some diamond painting. Did work on this. You guys can see I started these next two sections. Actually, no. This section I started, and this section, yeah. So, uh, but it's that this is, one of those mornings, and it's not been the greatest morning this morning because, yeah, I'm still trying to wake up. And I woke up, and I don't know if it's my allergies. I don't know what the deal is, but my poor little nose this morning. I feel like I'm all uh, clogged up, which I'm not. I don't feel like I'm catching a cold or anything. I do have the sniffles, so I'm hoping and praying that that's all that it is. But so we're just gonna keep our fingers crossed that I'm not getting sick or not getting a cold because. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me because this time of the year is usually when I do get a cold, and yeah, it's no fun because it's one of those whatever you call it. I don't know what you want to call them, colds, but yeah. So let's see. Didn't like I said, not a whole lot went on last week. Um, there really wasn't a whole lot to. Really, what there really isn't a whole lot to tell you from last week because there really wasn't a whole lot that went on last week. Um, let's see. Good grief. Um, it was kind of quiet around here. I mean, there's I don't go out, so I don't uh really have a whole lot of funny stories to tell you this week. I don't go out a whole lot, and when I do, but I just kind of am still trying to get stuff, situated, organized, or whatever, because I'm trying. I've decided. Okay, now y'all are gonna think I'm kind of totally like ditzy and whatever, but I decided that I'm gonna do the painting first before I even get into the redecorating or whatever you want to call it. So I'm kind of, um, gonna do that first, and that's gonna require a lot of stuff. Not only that, I'm kind of putting off that until they come in and put new flooring in my kitchen before I even think about painting, especially the kitchen, because yesterday, and now I've had this for a while on in my floor. Now the flooring I have in my kitchen is the original flooring that I had when I moved into this apartment from a different apartment. And well, anyway, long story short, it's cracked, and when you walk across it, regardless of whether or not I have an area rug there or not, it still makes me feel like I'm going to that it's going to just like break and I'm going to fall. So they came in yesterday and looked at it, and so they're going to do the new flooring. Now they didn't say when; they just said next week. So I'm uh, going to get that, I got to get the floor prepared, which, of course, he told me I need to make sure it's mopped beforehand, which, he told me yesterday. He says, you mop it anyway, but get all the excess stuff off of it that, mop it like I normally would. So I got to do that, and I'm kind of, and not only that, I'm going to have to wait to do the bathroom. Yes, I know, I've been putting this off for God knows how long. Y'all are going to think I'm totally, why haven't you? It's not that I don't want to paint, especially now after yesterday. The maintenance supervisor of our property told me, because I have water underneath my tub. Now, I'm going to explain. Okay, this is the tub. There's an insert that goes over the actual tub, if that makes any kind of sense. So there's water underneath the insert, in between the insert and the actual tub. So they have to go in and get the water out of it from underneath of the insert. The only reason that I wouldn't have said anything, but apparently somewhere along the line, now I don't know how it's happening. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. But it's getting in between, the water is getting in between there. And anyway, long story short, it's making, when I go to get into the shower, or any of the kids get into the shower, you can feel the water when you're standing. And it makes you, well, it makes me dizzy, but I don't know about anybody else. The kids haven't really said anything. They don't seem to care. So he explained to me yesterday that there were two options. They were going to go with the first option first, which is trying to repair it. And I don't know how they're going to do that. They didn't say. If that doesn't work, the next option is to tear out the whole entire thing. And that means the insert, and I'm assuming the wall. I don't know. That's the way he made it sound, which is an all-day job. And I'm thinking, oh, God. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens before I get into painting the bathroom. Now, I've done the trim. I've gone around the top of the bathroom with the paint and, painted up in the corners and so forth, and did that part. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what, before I get too involved in that, to go there, because it's all a big pain in the butt. Now, mind you, I've lived here 20-some years. And I've lived in this apartment 19 years. But I've never, ever, ever had this ever happen. Don't know how it happened. It's, now there were cracks in the bottom of the insert of the tub, and they sealed those up. But for some ungodly reason, I don't know how. Again, I don't know what exactly and how it happens. So and I told him, I said, John came and did this last year, and he sealed it, didn't have any problems, but this year, I don't know. And I said, I just don't want this to continue to happen. Which, the maintenance supervisor, he's a really nice guy, and he was very, understanding and so forth, and he's like, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. So, yeah, so I'm just kind of putting all of that off on hold. I was going to start on another room, like the hallway or something, but I'm kind of trying to wait until they, do all this stuff before I get too down in into the whole thing. So, which has been the fun part of this whole thing, because I was going to start it. I had the plan to start it today or this weekend, because I've got to go this afternoon and get a roller, paint roller and stuff. And I was, of course, when I put in the work order, I didn't realize that it was going to take all this work. So now, I gotta wait. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I could probably start, in here in the living room or somewhere else, but I just kind of want to wait until, you know, make sure I don't have to like do any more work orders, because that would be just my luck. I'd get started and then, oh yeah. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens. So they're going to do the flooring next week. They didn't say when they were going to do the tub. Nothing was said. So I will find out today, so that way I can kind of get some kind of an idea of when I can start, painting and stuff, and get myself kind of, going here. And it's not that I've been procrastinating. I kind of have, but I kind of haven't. But it's just one of those things that, when you realize, oh yeah, this needs to be fixed, and it's a pain in the butt. And I hate that, because yeah, it puts a kink in stuff. But, it's got to be done, and it is what it is. So, anyhow, so that's, we got to wait for that. Kind of trying to get all that done, because it's been crazy around here. I haven't, like I said, I've been cross stitching more this past week than diamond painting, just because diamond painting, usually I try to do some during the day, but because I've been trying to get, things done around here to get, everything kind of ready and so forth, I haven't really diamond painted. I've diamond painted enough to kind of start this section that I was on, or that I'm on, and so forth, but I just haven't really sat down and had a good diamond painting session like I used to have. I just, life and getting, stuff done around here has been more important, which, is all good and dandy, so that's all right. But, hopefully, I can get it done, and it'll look nice. And I promise there will be pictures. I just haven't, I promised you all pictures and so forth of when I started painting, and I just haven't really done that to, really, give you guys pictures, because there really hasn't been any. And I keep forgetting to buy the paint roller. So, yeah. But, it's been kind of, no, I haven't been procrastinating, but then again, I kind of have. So, yeah, it's been one of those things. So, kind of making sure I don't have any in here. Whoops, there was. I don't know how they're getting stuck in here. This tray, don't get me wrong, I love my tray, but you get drills stuck in here, and sometimes I'm not complaining, I promise. So, last week, let's see what's been going on. Good gosh. Like I said, that was mainly what I've been doing this. I've been also trying to find storage ideas, been going on Google and looking in some Facebook groups that I'm in for storage options, and I found a really, really cool one on Amazon, and I added it to my cart. It's like, they're like cubes, and I don't really know how to describe them because it's, I don't know how to describe them. They're like cubes. I don't know if it's a cart. Of course, I probably, looked at it and didn't even pay attention. But you have your choice of how many you want. So I have those in my cart, and also bought an Dextra, yeah. But sorry, Abra. It also suggested these mesh project bags that I found on Amazon. So got those are ready for the next time I order. I'm not ordering from them this month. Just because I have so many things that I need to do this month to take care of. So yeah, it'll wait. But like I said, I'm just kind of trying to wait until after I take care of all the stuff that needs to be fixed around here and do what needs to be done around here before I start doing all that kind of wonderful stuff. But, and believe me, it's a pain in the butt to just sit here. I made a list the other night. This is how much of a pain in the butt it is. I never realized stuff that I needed fixed before I could actually paint. And here I was going to go all off and go ahead and just start it and just do it. But no, I never realized how many things I needed to fix. There's like by the doorway that goes into my kitchen. It needs to be fixed, basically. And if I go to paint over it, it's not going to look right. So they have to fix that because, and not that, they had to fix Miranda's door, not her door, but the, what do you call it? The door frame. There you go. So they had to fix that. They fixed that. So I'm telling you, there's a couple things that need to be done before I get really, really engrossed into painting. And I just never realized how many I had, how many things there were until I made a list. And I'm going to tell you, that list was, I was like, holy crap. You would think. Now, mind you, this is a 3-bedroom apartment. You wouldn't know. Believe me, I wouldn't have. And you would think, okay, a 3-bedroom apartment, you wouldn't expect a whole lot needs to be done, fixed, so forth. Yeah, wrong. So, yeah, it's been fun. I mean, even Miranda's boyfriend has been noticing some too. So he's kind of, putting, telling me, oh yeah, this needs to be fixed, blah, 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 blah. So it's crazy. You would think, and this is just regular, normal wear and tear that you would get from living here. At least that's what they tell me. I don't know. I really don't. So it's, it's all good. I'd rather have it all fixed and get it done so that way I can get the painting done. So, yeah. Anyhow, so that, between that and, school and so forth, I have been kind of, driving myself crazy. I haven't done any of my schoolwork. Now, Scott, I kind of put it on a back burner, but I think I'm going to work on it this week. I have not really studied like I wanted to. And, but this week I planned, well, the rest of this week, hopefully, I'm going to sit down and, you know, get started. I had every intentions. Now, don't laugh at me, because, you know, you're all like, well, you always say this. Yeah, I do. I had every intentions of making some kind of a schedule for myself. And, of course, you know, life got in the way, and I didn't get to. And so I'm going to sit down sometime today after I get home, because I got to go out and do that, because I am like way behind on my schoolwork. Now, little dude, he's not, but he had problems with math yesterday, only because Monday he did not get up for school, because he was up all night long with bad dreams on Sunday night. And he didn't sleep very well, and he didn't get up Monday until, good God, almost 10 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't make him, I got him up, and I asked him, you know, I told him, I said, it's time to get up. And he looked at me, and he had tear tracks down his face where he had apparently been crying at one point. And he said, Mommy. I said, what? He says, I've been having bad dreams. Oh my God. Come to find out. Now, he and Orion, Mrs. Coffee's son, were playing this game. Now, mind you, this was totally just Sky's idea. They were playing this game on Xbox, and it's called Rec Room. And I guess there's different little games in this thing that you can play. So, you know, they were playing, you know, they were having fun. Well, all of a sudden, Sky says, well, let's play this. And I didn't really pay attention to what he was playing. Well, there's another game. I forget what it's called. I think it's something at Freddy's. But it's like really scary, and he's played it before. So, and he's had nightmares from it before. And it's like that game. Well, I just kind of told him, I said, well, because when he told me what he was playing and he showed it to me, and I said, well, son, you know, just, I'm giving you the warning, you know, what happens every time you play one of these games like this, you end up with nightmares. And he said, okay, I don't think I will, blah, blah, blah. Okay, wow. He did. I didn't even know he really had the nightmares until the next morning, because I got up. I was woke up for some reason at 5 o'clock. I thought it was because of him. No, I don't even know why. Don't ask me. And he was laying in my bed. And I asked him, I said, what happened? And he says, of course, that's when he told me that he had nightmares and he didn't get a whole lot of sleep. And apparently he only got like an hour of sleep, because that's how terrified he was. So I, you know, was like, I said, you know, you got to be careful when you play those kinds of games, because this is what happens. Well, he, you know, he agreed with me, but when he's playing, I don't think it really phases him. And, you know, he was having so much fun playing, I didn't even like make a big deal about it, because I mean, come on, it's little dude, and little dude doesn't get to play with Orion that much. So, and when he does, you know, they're playing all day long, all night long, and I don't really, you know, make a big to-do about it, because that's the one friend that he likes to play with, and I know Orion likes to play with him. So, yeah. So it's been fun. So he's, you know, now he told me this morning he didn't have any nightmares. Well, the good thing is he doesn't have school this morning, so we didn't have to worry about that. But he just, it's been an experience, and he hasn't really had nightmares lately. And I knew as soon as he told me that he was playing this game, I just had this feeling this was going to happen. But I didn't, like, make a big stink about it because he was having so much fun and so forth, playing with, Orion and so forth, that, it is what it is. And yesterday, now, something happened yesterday, and Orion messaged him, and he says, "I'm sad." So the way it sounds is Skylar didn't want to play a game, and I guess, because he didn't want to play the game, he, got off Xbox or whatever, and Orion messaged him saying, "I'm sad, blah blah blah," which I don't know the whole entire message, but Sky felt bad. Little dude felt bad about it, and I told him, I said, "Honey," I said, "why do you feel bad about it?" And he says, "Because now he's sad because I don't want to play." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So yeah, so I told him, I said, "Honey," I said, "you can play something else with him." I said, "but you also got to realize," and also, and I've noticed too that it's always Skylar that wants to play a certain game, and they all play with him, which is fine. But I've been trying to teach him that you need to let, the friends that you're playing with play what they would like, and, play with them. And he's having a really hard time with that, with that, because he's, I don't know. So, we'll see. I told him, I said, today you're just going to have to, really, really be, after you do, schoolwork and so forth, you're going to have to, be a little bit more, I don't know, open to playing different games. I said, because you like to play certain games that's all he wants to play. Like Fortnite, Roblox, forget what else. And I said, you have to be a little bit more tolerant and let, explore other options. I said, because not everybody likes to play the same things that you like to play. So he just kind of looked at me and he was like, mm-hmm. So it's been interesting. But anyway, so yeah. And let's see. And of course now he got so irritated this past weekend. Let me tell you guys, Miranda's boyfriend likes, this is the way he shows people that he likes them is he picks with them. He, jokes around with them and so forth. Well, apparently, even though he wasn't really being annoying enough to the point that, it was annoying, but he annoyed little dude so bad that I don't know. And I tried to explain to Sky, look, this is what happens when, this is his way of telling you that he likes you. Well, he turns around and he looks at me and he says, well, it's annoying. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how else, and I can't very well, like, I don't know. So, he told Miranda's boyfriend, it gets a little old, and he, Miranda's boyfriend kind of backed off, but, it's been interesting. And of course, Miranda wasn't here to kind of help, be the go-between or the barrier or whatever you want to call it. She was with my best friend. They went out of town. And, of course, then Miranda ended up with food poisoning. Poor child. She calls me, texts me at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. I got sick. Okay. And I didn't, of course, I wasn't awake. So when I got up, I called her and I said, what do you mean you got sick? Well, apparently she got a batch of fries from Royal Farms, which is a convenience store around here, that were bad. And she didn't know that. And neither did my best friend. Well, poor child. She just got really, really sick. And I was like, okay, well, what are you going to do? And, of course, now, mind you, the only reason they were out of town is because my best friend, she got one of those, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's one of those implant for, I guess, the ocular implant hearing aid thing. And it's on behind her ear. Well, she had to go up for an appointment. And her appointment was Monday. And anyway, they couldn't come back. And so I was like, okay, well, and I told Miranda, I said, well, just stay in bed and just, I don't know. So anyway, long story short, come to find out, that's what it was from. She had eaten a bad batch. They weren't, don't ask me how she knew that they were bad. The only thing I can think of is they went back to Royal Farms to complain. And that's, that's how they found out. And she didn't feel good. She was vomiting all morning. And I felt bad for her because there wasn't anything I could do because she was 2.5 hours away. And, it was one of those things. So she, didn't feel very good. And it was not a fun weekend at all whatsoever for her. But this weekend here, like I said, was, quiet. All last week was pretty quiet. I just mainly did what I needed to do and still doing stuff yesterday to the point that I didn't even get to record my True Crime Corner video, and I deeply apologize. I was so busy trying to do other things and trying to, because maintenance kept coming in here off and on all day long yesterday. And I just didn't want to sit down and try to record if they were going to come in off and on to tell me what they were going to do, how they were going to do this, and so forth. And, yeah. So, I said no. No. Mm-mm. And Monday, oh my gosh. I don't know what my issue was on Monday. Monday just wasn't one of those things. I don't know what it was. My head hurts. Come to find out, I think it was because of my glasses, or because of my eyes. My eyes hurt so bad on Monday, I couldn't even look at a book, look at TV, or what have you. I was listening to Walking Dead on Netflix. I wasn't even watching it. I was listening. So, and I just couldn't. And it got to the point, I ended up putting a cold wash rag over my eyes because that's how bad it hurt. And it wasn't fun, guys. It was just not a fun thing. But, now speaking of Walking Dead, Now, I will tell you this much. After season, I think it was season 8, I refused to watch just because of um, what happened with Negan. I just couldn't watch it because, granted, Negan was the bad guy, so forth and so on. I just didn't think it was great. I just couldn't get into it after that. And I don't know. I just wasn't, thrilled with the way the story went on that whole subject. And I started watching Fear of the Dead, but yesterday I again couldn't even. I just didn't even want to even finish all the way up to season 9. I just wasn't into it because I didn't want to see him sitting in a freaking jail cell, and that just it is what it is. But even though I know he gets out, but there were. I mean, number one, I didn't really like Rick to begin with, and because he always seemed, I don't know how to put it, I guess cocky. I don't know. I just didn't like him. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So I finished watching that yesterday, and now I started watching Peaky Blinders. I had no clue what that show was about. I was trying to figure that out, and I started watching it, the first episode, and I thought, really? And then I just I just left it on, and it's getting really, really good. I have to say, I didn't realize how good it was, and I've heard about the show, never really was seemed to be that kind of interested in it because I thought it was just like this really, really how do I put it, really, really, this show was back way, way, way back when, before World War whatever. And it's pretty good, actually. I thought it was, I mean, the storyline's kind of all over the place, but I thought it was a pretty good show. So I've been watching that. I'm still on season 1. And I didn't think I was going to like it, but it seems to be a pretty cool show. So there are people in there that I didn't even know. I hadn't, would have never really knew was there, because yeah, I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, it's pretty cool. If you've never seen it before, if you like shows like that. Now, I'm not one of those people that really like shows like that, but it's, I have to say, it proved me wrong. So it's about the IRA. I'll put it that way. That's what it's kind of about. But it's pretty good. So that's my highlight for the week of that, because yeah, it's getting to the point now Netflix doesn't have a whole lot to share. There's not a whole lot on Netflix. I even looked at the new releases and I was like, these are things that I've already seen, or okay. I even looked up movies and there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right way. I don't know. So, I know this is just nothing but rambles and going off on different tangents, and I do apologize, guys. I hope everyone is having a great week, because I think this is where I'm going to end it. So, I hope everyone has a great week, And hopefully I can remember to write down what's been going on this week so I don't forget. Oh my gosh. And have a great week, guys, and I will see you all next time.